We're going to talk about states, parallel realities, and stories today. I want you guys to understand exactly why it is so important with the Swan Technique that you create a new story. Stories are what I call the parallel reality and the state. So we're going to go over this so you understand why that 30-second story that gets shortened into 10 words or less is extremely important. This is Susie, your beautiful millionaire swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful duckling. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my video, and I will love you forever. Why do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be free, to be myself, knowing everything is different and I am loved, respected, and given credit for my teachings just because I asked this question? I am a life coach and I am here to drastically change your life for the better. I tune into your happy meter and I dial it all the way up. If you are interested in working with me one-on-one, check out my website below. So what is a state, a parallel reality, and a story? It is actually all the exact same thing. A state, if you live in the United States, is leaving Illinois, going to Missouri, or leaving New York and flying to California, going from Wisconsin to Alabama. That's what we think about when you hear the word state in the United States. But that's not exactly what Neville was talking about. He was talking about going from the state of not having something to the state of having something. Parallel realities. It's the exact same thing. It is going from this reality over here where you are trying to get back with the love of your life. You're getting more money. You're getting a better job, a house, a car. To the state, parallel reality where you have it. I call it stories. And the reason I call it a story is because it's so easy to change your story. It is easy as taking my Beyond Blessed, and it's an orange story, to my gray Beyond Blessed, which is a new story, to my there is always something to be thankful for. So I am changing my story simply by changing my pillows. The 4-year-old, as you can see, Baby Yodas are peeking up above the couch, likes to move Baby Yoda around my apartment. She puts them in places where they play peekaboo so that I can find them. She creates little stories with Baby Yoda. So when you are telling a story about money, your specific person, relationships in general, your job, what is the story you are running all the time? Because I bust my friends on this daily. So you are running a story of, I am changing my life, but then you're like, I'm not seeing any proof. I'm not seeing any proof that my life is changing. I mean, I'm looking out the window and I see cars driving by, but it's not the car I want to see driving by. I look down the hallway. Do I see what I want to see down the hallway? No, so nothing's changing. I mean, I'm doing all the tools, the techniques, and the tips, but nothing is changing. This little story, it says I'm broke. I'm struggling. I can't get what I want. I can't manifest a text message. If I can't manifest a text message, how do I get a relationship? If I can't get a relationship, how can I manifest money? If I can't manifest money, how do I get to have my bills easily paid? And if I don't get my bills easily paid, then what's next? Do you see how one story just ran to the next and then the next and to the next? And all of those are dominant negative stories. But here's the problem. It's true. It's as true as my 3 pillows I just showed you. It's as true as lighting a candle and then blowing it out later in the day. It's as true as the fact that Alabama won the football game yesterday. Go Bama! Now, Clemson didn't do very well in their game. Boston almost beat them. They came back and won the game. Does that knock them out of number 1 and make Alabama number 1? That is a story. Who's number 1? Well, the thing is, if you don't have your story, no technique is going to work. So whatever you want to call it, a parallel reality, a state, a vortex, a vibration, energy, or a story. What that means is you have to create something that tells you about what your life looks like. So what does your life look like? If you are manifesting a specific person, so many people are like, I need a text message. Then we go out on a date. Then we sleep together. Then we move in together. Then we get engaged. And then we get married. Which story are you actually telling? You're kind of telling all of them. So here's the problem. If you are saying, I'm happily married to Jared, but I can't get a text message, and now you focus on a text message, you're confusing whatever you're calling the world. It's why I call them the minions, because minions are fun little characters who help us create a fun, adventurous life. So my story in a relationship, I am happily married to Jared. I am, which they say is the most powerful phrase in the world, because anything after I am means you are creating it. So I am happily married to Jared. Well, let's break that down. Now I'm telling my friends we're in no contact. I'm texting it to Susie saying, Susie, I'm doing why am I happily married to Jared, but I'm not even getting a text message. I don't see proof that it's working. Well, you're saying it's not working. Well, no, I'm only telling you. But if you're telling one person, that is your dominant story. So when you change your story, you gotta let go of the old crap. And I tell you that all the time. You have to let go of the old crap. Because if you do not let go of the old crap, you are running that story by default. So think about your subconscious. That's the old story. Your conscious is working to program your subconscious now. So your imagination, your thoughts, your words, and your emotions need to line up. But here's something one of my clients told me. Neville actually said a state was a mood change. So why does the Swan Technique work? Because I'm changing your mood. And because I'm changing your feelings, it automatically changes your mood. So when you are asking, why do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be loved by Jared, knowing everything is different and we are happily married just because I asked this question, I changed my mood like that. So I changed my state. I changed my story. I changed my vibration. I moved to a different vortex. I crossed over into that parallel reality. Just like that. Because you need to change your mood. And for the people who are changing the question, please stop. It is plug and play. Why do I instantly? Puts it in the now in a loving way. You're feeling absolutely positively amazing to be loved by Jared. So you are instantly feeling amazing to be loved. That is the now. That is the present. I changed your present mood to absolutely positively amazing to be loved. Then I flip it, knowing everything is different. Knowing everything is different means the relationship isn't the way it used to be. So if you broke up, if you have hot and cold, if you've been ghosted, again, you know what I think of ghosted. I think he died. So you need to stop saying he was ghosting you or she's ghosting you because Susie thinks she died. And that's not a good thing to think of. Because I'm pattern interrupting you with this. I'm trying to get you to stop saying these words with the meanings you're putting to it. So knowing everything is different is revising the relationship to get the relationship you want, which is to be happily married. Anchoring it to something true. I'm asking this question. So we are changing your mood by changing the way you feel. So because we changed your mood, we changed your state, your vortex, your vibration, your energy, your story. So why is your story so important? Because if you don't change your story, you're never going to change your feelings about the situation. So a thing I play with some of my clients is I have them play with different states. So pick a celebrity and go out in public, and I've done this before in videos, and I want you to say, why do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be Cleopatra? Knowing everything is different, and I am treated as the last pharaoh just by asking this question. How was Cleopatra treated? She was the last pharaoh on the planet Earth. She was a goddess. She was worshipped, adored, spoiled. She had Caesar falling at her feet so she could gain more power. And then she had the love of her life, Mark Antony. So when you look at history, people think, well, she lived this amazing life and people did amazing things for her. Well, I am Cleopatra. I am the queen. I'm going to sit different. I'm going to walk different. I'm going to talk different. I am going to open up to be able to receive things differently. So playing in a celebrity status gets you to see how your mood and your feelings change the way you receive things from people. Because masculine and feminine energy that they talk about is the way you receive things. So a guy who is in his divine masculine, The Rock, Kevin Hart, they receive. They get wonderful things into their life. The divine feminine, Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, they receive things in their life. Think about Elizabeth Taylor, who played Cleopatra. A celebrity changes states all the time. So if you are playing Cleopatra and I am Cleopatra, so I'm walking around going, I am Cleopatra. It's like I put on a fur coat, I toss my hair, I tell the minions, hey, I want this. Andiamos. Bring it to me. Let's go. Now, chop chop. I don't want something. Take it away. I don't want that anymore. It's a switch. So if I embody Cleopatra, Cleopatra has everything she wants. Everything she needs. That's what your new story is. It is embodying the person you want to be. So the person you want to be is married to Jared. And you have an absolutely positively amazing relationship. You are loved. You are cherished. You are adored. You are spoiled by Jared. What happens? He's allowed to come in. He's allowed to knock on the door. He's allowed to show you that he loves you. But until you change your story, how do you change that state? So I am Cleopatra. I get whatever I want. People throw themselves at me. They're fawning at my feet. They are begging for my attention. They are spoiling me. They are waiting on me hand and foot. They are giving me an amazing life where I am adored. So 5 years ago, in the law of attraction community, the community of the twin flames, manifesting, people didn't talk about the fact that they were kings and queens and gods. They didn't do that. They talked about runners and chasers. And they talked about how they needed to change the relationship. I started saying that I was the Swan Queen because people started saying, Susie, you teach us how to get love and keep love. Swans mate forever. And I love swans. And obviously, I have a swan collection. I'm over 40 of those little birds. They're absolutely positively amazing. They're everywhere in my house. Swans embody the state that you want of love, but you don't want to be a bird. So what person can you look at and see what they're doing different so you can change your story? Well, I'm Cleopatra. I get whatever I want. And it's delivered to me on a silver platter. I just put on my fur coat. Think about it. She was brought to Rome by an army of soldiers. They dragged from Egypt to Rome this giant staircase so her and Octavia could sit on it and be paraded into Rome, while Caesar stood there and watched, and the Italians surrounded her and welcomed her into the city. And she sat there and she just did the wave. She just waved to the crowd. She wasn't a queen, she was a pharaoh, the last pharaoh in history. You guys run around and you say, I am God. I am a queen. But you are not truly embodying that story. Because if you were, you would get everything you want handed to you on a silver platter. So you are missing the receiving. But when you change your feelings, it changes your mood, it changes your story. You get what you want. So why is it important to change your story? Because until you embody the receiving person you want to be, everything's always going to be hot and cold. It's not going to show up for you in the way that you want. So when you are manifesting from lack, you are manifesting from aggression, it goes hot and cold. You get booty calls. You get text messages. And then ghosting. Yeah, I still can't say that with a straight face. Ghosting. We need to find a new word for ghosting because I'm like looking for the ghosts in my house. Where are you? Again, a pattern interrupt. I'm getting you to think outside of the box. Did Cleopatra live in a box? Absolutely, positively not. Did Marilyn Monroe live in a box? No. But here's even a step more. When Marilyn Monroe was off camera, she was Norma Jean. And Norma Jean was shy, depressed, and not a very happy person. But when she put on her red lipstick and her high heels and she fluffed her hair, she became the goddess we know as Marilyn Monroe. She walked different. She sat different. She talked different. She sung different. She became a completely different person, almost to the point people can say, was it a split personality? Did she have a dual ego? She knew how to turn on the Marilyn charm. And that is what I am teaching you with the Swan Technique. I am teaching you to embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled, living from the end. So if you want to get married, but you don't want to get married for 4 or 5 years, and you're asking, should I still say we are happily married? I'm going to say yes. Every single time I'm going to say yes, because your end goal is to be happily married. It doesn't matter if that marriage is 5 minutes, 5 months, 5 years. Your end goal is to be happily married. And the birthing process may take that 5 years or that 5 minutes. We don't know. But with my technique, you're not looking for proof when you do it. You are noticing that the whole world is changing, opening up, giving you love and respect and appreciation because everything is changing by asking one simple question now that you changed your story. So the two things, change your story, ask better questions. You still can praise because that is something you're going to do in your relationship. You're going to say, thank you, Jared, for bringing me the coffee. I really appreciate it. Jared, I have an early call this morning. Is it okay if I hit the shower? Yeah, babe, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to have a house full of people, babe. And I know your schedule is crazy and you need to get sleep. We're going to try to keep it down. If we get too noisy, please let us know. That is a praise in the conversations that you have with your person. Not everything can be fixed in your head. Sometimes you actually have to talk to them. And if you don't want to be in a relationship with the person you have to talk to, why do you want that person anyways? And if you need to change absolutely everything about that person, why do you want to be with that person? So when I say knowing everything is different and we are happily married, it is knowing the relationship is different. That you are seeing the relationship as different. You are seeing the relationship where you are respected, appreciated. There's faithfulness, amazing communications. I don't understand why you need 24-hour communication, because if I'm in bed with Jared, I don't want to go to the bathroom and get a text while I'm sitting on the toilet, while he's still in my bed. Think about it. Some of the things you got to lighten up on, because even though you're saying knowing everything is different, you are changing you and the way you see the relationship. Change is not always good for people, but different is a loving way to say it's changed. You went from chaos, hot and cold, to an amazing love story. That is, everything is different. It's not saying they don't love you. It's saying they're not ghosting you. They're showing up. It's not saying they don't want to show you love and attention. It's saying they are now showing you love and attention. So when you are shifting your story to create your new reality, what is the big deal about one little word? Knowing everything is different. You wouldn't be all over the internet looking for a way to make this relationship better if you didn't want things to be different. So create that story that says everything is different. Why? Do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be loved by Jared, knowing everything is different? We are happily married just because I asked this question. It is shifting you into this reality, this vortex, this energy, this state or story that says, I'm living my dream life. It's the beauty of the question, but you got to do the work, guys, because if you don't do the work, you're not going to see the results. And the results that I am seeing that people have been doing for 2 weeks are mind-blowing. This works quickly, easily, effortlessly, with no chaos, because nobody's getting chaos. I've not yet seen somebody getting chaos, and their doubts are getting less and less and less. And why do you have to do it for a minimum of 21 days? Because it takes 21 days to rewire your brain. If you do it for 30 days, you're anchoring that rewiring to the new story. If you do it for 60 days, it's even deeper. 90 days is deeper yet. But if you do it for the rest of your life, you're always in the story of happily married, wealthy, healthy, the weight you want to be, the dream life you want to have, and life becomes absolutely, positively magical. Have fun. Play with different states and see how this technique drastically changes your life for the better in days. I love you guys. Have an absolutely, positively amazing day. I'm not going to get to watch football today because we're supposed to be doing a baby shower. So if y'all love me, update me on the Saints game. I would truly appreciate it. And as always, leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.